Welcome back to the chairs, our Resident Evil discussion. We are discussing Resident Evil 6. This is Resident Evil Chairs Part 5. So if you haven't seen the other parts, if you're interested in our discussions on the rest of the game, go check those out.
Now, the farthest I've been in Resident Evil 6, it's another great story, just like my Resident Evil 4 story.
Yeah.
The farthest I've been in Part 6 is the kid finds out that Chris has become a giant buff drunk dude.
Wow.
Nice.
You,
Opening cutscene.
wow.
Look, I was trying to play that game by myself.
Yeah, I beat that game by myself.
I'm
with
sorry.
everybody.
No, let me explain where I got.
The demo.
I played the demo, and the game sucked so bad that I didn't even go buy it.
Let me explain where I got. I picked this bitch up, midnight release, went
yeah.
to this motherfucker's house, put it in his Xbox he got from a guy who sent it to him for free that was fucking modded, so we couldn't play it and save it. We got all the way through Chris's
pissed.
shit. His Xbox turns off. I never put the motherfucker back in again and never touched it.
So
Hey, I didn't know my
I
Xbox
got everybody
had
here trumps.
that shut-off
Everybody
thing.
here has been defeated. I bought the game.
I haven't been defeated. I beat that
No, I
motherfucker.
bought the
No,
motherfucker.
he's talking great
Midnight
stories.
release. Put it on the shelf. Have never unwrapped it.
So we got a guy who hasn't played it.
I'm the best motherfucker.
We got a guy who watched the opening cutscene. I didn't even play
demo.
the demo.
The guy who
Beat all of Chris and then never put it back in
And then
because it didn't say.
the guy who beat all 4 campaigns.
sorry.
Seth beat Chris.
Fair enough.
All of Chris.
All of Chris.
He beat
He
the
likes
shit
him
out
a
of
muscly
Chris.
man.
Yeah,
muscly on paperboy.
Get your piggy
So-
ass back over here.
So most of this conversation,
Is gonna be.
you know Chris. and
I know
stuff.
Chris.
Can
And
we
you beat
even
the-
really talk about it?
I
Like,
can.
These two can.
Do you
I
want
can, about the
you guys
entire
are
thing.
pretty much
Nick and
SOL.
Seth to
the
talk
only,
for
the
30
only thing
minutes
I
by
can really
themselves?
ask of you guys that you guys might know that I don't is I know with 5 they mocapped everything. They had actual people go and do the
Yes,
full motion
yes,
capture
they did.
for the video, for the fucking fighting scenes, aiming
There's
the
actually
gun,
there's
doing
actually
everything.
2 actors. The actors were actually given full costumes and stages to act
Yep.
on and everything. The whole game was actually acted.
He's actually right. For 5, there was 2 different sets, actually. There was the guys that actually acted it out, and then the voice actors actually went in, and their faces were put onto the characters, and that's how they got their, faces and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
to match
actually,
the voices.
if you ever see how they
However-
did that, it's the most advanced motion capture ever done in a video game.
And
It
everybody
has to
hates
be,
it.
it has
However-
to be given credit for what they
Oh, yeah.
did.
They hate it because
It's not what they love.
Yeah.
no.
However, I didn't know if they did the same for 6 or not.
I
That's
had
the
no clue.
only thing I didn't know. Because if they did it, there are parts where it seems like it does, and then there's parts where it doesn't seem like
They-
anything
they
happened
just
at all.
borrowed
I'm not
They
gonna
just
lie.
slapped
Five.
together a bunch of avatars and said, "Go fight."
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Nobody
There's
gives,
your game.
nobody cares.
Okay, so hold on.
I enjoyed it.
Then I have questions. Because I have yet to play it at all.
Play with the second player.
Yeah, he's right. Playing it with the second player makes
Playing
it a lot
it,
easier.
playing it by
Play it
yourself
If
two
you're
sucks.
playing it on your own, it's the exact same game as 5.
No,
You either have
the
a weak
AI is
side-
wait.
the AI is a little better.
I was under the
True.
understanding. I was under the understanding that it went back to 1 player.
Nope.
Where like I'd
No.
be alone
Oh,
with
no.
Leon.
No,
It's like
actually,
I
this
said.
one's pretty sweet. There's certain parts of the game that
You
intersect
say
with
pretty
each other.
sweet. Nobody here could even stomach the idea of
No,
playing the game.
No.
I'm saying the concept behind this is pretty sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, me and you are sitting down. We're playing Leon, right? We're playing Leon and Helena. We're going through our shit.
Helena.
That's his partner.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
his
one.
partner. Leon actually finally gets an actual partner for
Is it
once.
a woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blonde?
No.
No, she's the darker-haired chick.
They
that
just
everybody
said-
was like,
Bill,
No, the
"Oh my
blonde
God,
is
that's
Sherry
gotta be-"
Birkin.
They just
Yeah.
said Helena, and you said, "Is it a girl?" Yes, it's a guy. His
No,
name- his
the
name's
reason
Helena.
the reason I was asking is because I was wondering if maybe it was the person from the movie.
No.
Because that would be
Oh, no,
sweet
no, no.
if the degeneration chick
No,
came
it
back to
wasn't
be his
her.
partner.
You know what would have been?
But
You know what would have been sweet was to go nostalgic, and he had Claire as a partner.
no, actually, Claire doesn't do anything along those lines.
It still would have been cool.
Claire, I think, just lives as a civilian.
She's
Yeah,
a civilian.
she's
now.
a
In the
civilian.
movie, she had to be handed a gun.
Yeah, she was a civilian.
She was going to go out and fight zombies with an umbrella.
But like
Yeah,
people, but
The irony behind that
But
was
if
awesome.
you
too.
remember
She's
the-
like, fucking, it's the umbrella
if
symbol.
you remember
like,
the
dicks.
movie, one of the guy when they handed her a gun, one of the guys was confused because she was a civilian. Like, nah, she's a Raccoon City survivor. She knows what she's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit. She's like,
Let's go back.
But anyway,
So
so
that's our next subject.
anyways, so as I say, me and you sitting down, we're playing Leon and Helena. There's certain spots of the game where the other, you'll meet up with like Sherry and Jake, and then you'll meet up with Chris and Pierre. Or Pierce.
Pierre.
What? No, I'm sorry, Pierce. Anyways, you'll meet up with different things. If you're playing like on the PS3, or if you have gold and you're actually online at the time, it will try to match you up to people who are at about the same spot as you. So say these two are playing Sherry and Jake.
I'm sure.
We're playing Leon
Fair enough.
and Helena. We get to that certain cutscene, we might get partnered up with these two. So we'll have 4 player characters on the screen all going around at the same time instead of like 2 AIs
Okay,
running
so
around
I
with
was
us.
under the impression that Resident Evil 6 was 4 different campaigns happening in different parts.
It is.
Yeah.
Of
But
it.
but they
parts, but they intersect at
They
different
all end up
points.
coming together in China.
It's
Okay.
it's essentially it's
there's
4 different
something wrong.
stories.
So there's a part where
Something
you can
wrong,
get a whole
yes.
bunch of multiple players.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a cool concept,
Yeah.
and that was pretty much one of the only good things about the game was the fact that you can actually meet up with other people playing it and work with them.
Just think about it though. I can get. I just read this like yesterday. It's $10 on Amazon. I can go to GameStop and get it for like $20. The game is not that old, and the fact that they're rebooting the series after it came out. I'm just saying.
Now,
a lot of shit
and
is wrong with
People
this.
were so pissed
on.
off about it, they
Resident
actually
Evil
gave
6.
us the console port of Revelations as a sorry.
What? No. That
That's the
wasn't-
only reason
it
why
wasn't
they
because
ported
it was a sorry.
Revelations.
People demanded. That's not an apology. Revelations was the first game in years to go back to the Resident Evil formula, and it was so successful on the 3DS, which is a limited platform,
Yep.
that people demanded. Even the people that already owned the game demanded a console version. There was like literally
I've seen some of the stuff for.
there were millions of emails.
We
that
play
flooded
Revelations.
their,
We don't play.
I've seen some of the stuff on the 3DS of Revelations. I enjoyed it. I've been watching the full play that Mike Jones is doing from Rooster Teeth. I've been loving the shit out of it. I actually want to be able to sit down and play it.
Dude, if you want to play it, I own the damn game.
See, I
I'll
would
bring it
I
over
wouldn't have
sometime.
watched it.
Well, I don't
wouldn't
have an Xbox
watched
right
it.
now.
Oh no, I mean for the DS.
I can't
No, I
watch
have-
a Let's
I have
Play
the
of
3DS.
Resident Evil
I do.
and play.
Oh, okay.
It
Borrow
takes
it.
away the shot.
No. See, I don't want to play it on the 3DS. I want to play it on the console.
question.
Yes.
Is it true you can go through the game as Jake and never use a gun?
Amazingly, it is possible. You know
Because
why?
you can level up his combos and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to remember if you can. There might be a certain few parts
Is it-
that you might have
Isn't
used like a
Jake the
sniper
son of
rifle.
somebody?
He is the son of Wesker.
Yep.
Okay, so
Who's
here's
the mom?
one for you. Resident Evil 6
You.
tanked.
You are.
Resident Evil 6 costs, you said $10?
I can find it. It's on Amazon for
Can you
$10.
find the actual collector's edition?
I seen it at GameStop used.
No, you didn't.
No,
Nope.
okay. GameStop does not sell used collector's editions.
And
That's a
second
lie.
off-
I've bought them from GameStop.
Yeah, I traded.
Still-
Not
Yeah.
with everything. Well,
Yes,
then
still
it's
complete.
Yeah, I
it
was about to say
it was
I
sold
have-
at a used price. Then it wasn't someone
yeah.
bought it, opened it up,
Regardless,
and then brought it back.
I said, can you find the real collector's edition?
Probably.
I don't search for it because I don't give a damn.
I could probably
That's
look it
the
up
thing, I
once
don't
we
get
get
I was about
done.
to say I can give you the answer.
I could care less about this Resident Evil.
Costs $1,000.
You want me to go to the,
Jesus.
you want me to go to the bat phone and find
It's
it?
a $1,000 collector's edition.
It ain't worth it. It ain't
'Cause
worth
it came-
$5.
It came with an actual full duplicate leather jacket from Resident Evil 4 Leon.
Yep.
That's
Jesus.
worth it.
That would be
It was
why it's
wrapped.
cost
It was
$1,000
the
bucks.
game was in the coat pocket.
And
See,
that's
I
what you got was the coat in the game.
See, I would have bought it. I'm like, oh,
So
sweet
you just
jacket.
paid so you just paid $940 for a coat.
Yep.
I got me a jacket. Because they're like,
Now
Yeah,
he'd
but
be
it's
pissed
an
though.
authentic leather jacket.
He'd be
And it's
pissed
probably
though.
all tiny and shit.
He'd
Like,
buy it and it wouldn't fit.
I'm
Yeah.
so cool.
I think I'm just gonna hang this up.
You guys want to play Nintendo? Because my arms aren't going very far. I don't think we're going to handle many buttons. Losing air.
Like, so how much?
Yeah,
am I
I was about to say, there's only one game he's gonna play in a coat like that, because it's gonna be. Somebody plug in the controller for Steel Battalion. I think that's the only thing I can do is this. That's it.
Because
No, we could set him up for DDR and he'd just be like,
You killed Bill's Xbox with that game.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I still don't know what happened.
Neither do
Yes.
I.
My
Plug in
Xbox
Steel
never- My Xbox has never had one issue ever. It was a perfect system, and one night we were
Here's
like,
Steel
we were like,
Battalion,
he
let's
brought over
do
Steel
it.
Battalion. We were going to try it out.
Put
We
it
set
in.
up the tables, and we were like, "This is friggin' sweet!" And I mean,
Just
the
playing
game
around
kinda
with the
sucks.
joysticks
the game
before we
sucks,
even-
but it's such a cool controller.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
It's
this
just
big
fun
ass
just to
console
start
with the
hitting
foot
fucking toggle
switches and
switches.
We turned the Xbox off.
And it never turned
Like an
back on
hour
again.
later, I wanted to play something. We turned the Xbox on.
we didn't even get the game to work.
Red screen came up.
Yep.
Xbox fried.
Yep.
Send that bitch in for repairs.
Steel
When we
Battalion.
unplugged the Steel Battalion controller, it fried my Xbox.
Yep.
Steel Battalion was too much for that Xbox. Like, there's
Where did
too
you-
Oh no!
much.
Here's what
The
makes it
Skull
better.
Tank
You got
box
another one,
finally
didn't you?
met its
No,
max.
I gave him
Gave me
mine.
mine because his controller.
I was like, I am
fried
sorry,
mine.
I fried your Xbox. Here's mine. I'll take the fried hunk
Yeah,
of shit.
that's why I ended up with that Xbox, because he brought his over and he was like, dude, I'm sorry, my Steel Battalion kicked your Xbox's ass.
I am so sorry, but at least I know it plays on this one. Enjoy the free music that came with it when I got it from Game Crazy.
So he gave me his.
But
That was your movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
RE6, there was some. I like some aspects of it, like seeing Sherry Birkin again. I thought it was actually kind of cool
All right, there is one really
because
fun
it's
thing.
her
though.
grown up and she, I think CIA. wanna
I think
say.
so. Yes. Yes.
She works for the CIA.
Yeah,
Leon's
that's
still at the
Now, that's the
FBI.
little girl that got the disease in the second game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sherry.
actually, she still has the G virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One part of the game, yet spoilers.
I don't care.
If anyone gives
We're
a fuck,
little late
spoilers.
for that.
Yeah, he kind of.
No joke.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I'll explain the game. Then
it's like
Yeah.
Jake is immune to the C virus because he hits himself up with this shit, and he's like, whatever, this doesn't do shit.
And
Supposed to
his
make
dad
me
is
all like
Wesker.
cracked out and whatnot. Well, they get into I think a plane crash, and Sherry dies in front of Jake and gets this like propeller stabbed through her. She's like, "Oh my god, this fucking sucks!" And Jake's like, "Oh, don't move it, I'm not gonna take it out. Man, we gotta get some help." She's just like, "Rip this fucking thing out of me, asshole." He's like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Just fucking do it." And he's like, "Beep." And so she's bleeding out everywhere, and all of a sudden her back and chest just start fucking healing up. He's like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, I'm unique too."
Okay, so
how many different viruses
tell me
are there?
about-
A, B,
you tell me
C, D,
about
E,
There's
F,
the
Things
T,
like
G,
that.
and C.
why does nobody like this game?
It's poop.
It
Play it.
it felt
Yeah.
more run and gun than all the others.
Okay, the reason why is it because
I felt like it was too cinematic.
It depends on who you decide to play as. If you play as fucking Chris, it's just like playing 5.
No,
If you
actually,
play
it's
as-
worse than playing 5.
Well,
It
it's
is.
worse than playing 5.
It's like playing
but
Gears of War.
essentially it's still the same shit.
No, it's Gears of War because you can run and take cover, leap over things.
Yeah. If you're
It's Gears
playing
of
as
War.
Leon, they took it back toward it being more of the survival horror, sneaking through fucking buildings, trying to be all sneaky and shit.
Leon
Whereas
mostly
not
fought
takes
zombies.
Whereas if
And
you're
I
playing through
enjoyed that.
Jake's, it's almost more like playing like what? Kind of like the Mercenaries, where you just kind of walk up and pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, because
pop,
Jake will just
pop,
punch and
pop,
kick zombies
pop.
to death.
See, I played as Sherry.
So it
I
depends on
refuse
who
to
it
play
is
as
you play
Jake.
as. Now,
'Cause
at
I
the
knew
same
what
time,
Jake could do.
There's also another factor too. Like I said, he and I sat down and played together. So I'm Chris because he didn't want to be Chris
No.
for obvious reasons, So he
I didn't want
takes.
bulky guys.
Yeah.
I wanted sniper rifle
Yeah.
guys.
So he wanted to be the
That
fucking
makes no
sniper.
sense because you wouldn't let me be Jill when we just played gold. Because I was like, I don't want to be this big bulky fat.
No, I
ass
wanted to be Jill so that way I could play the piano.
Regardless, what the fuck ever.
We
As
were
you
playing
start
Lost
going
in
through-
Nightmares.
Yes. As you start playing through.
You took Jill to play ding, 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 and open a door.
No, it was actually Moonlight
Regardless,
Sonata.
shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. Because what ends up becoming weird is, like I said, I'm playing as Chris. He's playing as other fuck off. Now, instead of it being split screen, here's a mini box. Here's a mini box.
It's still that
No, they do the
black
same
crap
thing
from
in part
Bonded.
5. If you
I
play
know.
on the same, I don't know. From what I understand, that has to do with the way the screens are. For some
Yeah.
reason, the 16:9, which is our normal screens now, what a lot of our TVs are starting to move to anyway.
Yeah.
Well, when you play, I guess the game was coded like that, and because of that, if you were to split the TV in half, it makes it an uneven screen. It would have to warp the images to create.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess
So they had to shrink down
so they
it
pretty
and
much-
slide
yeah,
it
They
on the
basically,
side.
yeah,
But
they
you
do
still
like-
lose like 45% of the screen doing
Because
it.
in order to keep the 16:9 ratio, they have to pip the
Yeah.
screen. Like, okay, it's like this. That's your 16:9. But this is a full 16:9. In order to get it on both parts of the screen, if you take this up, see, now I'm at half part of the screen.
Yeah.
It has to ratio
Regardless,
out.
that's not what pisses me off. So you're playing
So that's
through
why
and
you
getting
end up
letter
with
boxes,
two
your
cubes.
ass, you're going through. Now as I'm playing through Chris, oh no, I fell off the fire escape ladder. Damn it, now it's broke. Hey jackass, give me cover fire. I gotta climb across this fucking pipe. Now I'm Chris, climbing across a pipe.
Hey, I
As
gave
he
you
gets to
cover
take
fire.
As he gets to take pot shots at fucking zombies.
Hot shots,
Thus
nothing.
getting
That was headshot
regardless,
central up
you're
in that
still
bitch.
fucking shooting at the zombies as I'm climbing across. You gain the experience.
This doesn't
I don't
sound
get
like
shit.
a
No,
bad
we
game.
shared experience.
I know,
It
but you know what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
Okay, it's more action oriented, but I liked playing
Yeah.
5, and it was action oriented. And
Yeah.
I will say this: it has the Resident Evil name.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's experience you can gain.
Yeah,
at
But I
Resident
said,
Evil
there's
I
6.
said it
experience
a
points
long
and
time
level
ago. A lot of people are strung up on the fact that there's no zombies. A lot of the fear part has been taken out. But let's fall back for a
Well,
second.
yes and no. When
Tell
Leon
me that
there's
today in
actual-
today's
Leon,
control
I got
scheme-
the shit scared out of me a couple
in
times.
today's control scheme, what game have you played that was scary?
Does PlayStation 1 count as today's
No,
console scheme?
No.
I still won't play a Silent
no
Hill
such
game
thing.
to this day.
Yeah, I
Even
don't blame
people,
Silent Hill,
there's people that talk
fucking
about
crazy shit.
BioShock, the first game being really creepy, that it messed with them.
The atmosphere.
The
I-
atmosphere was creepy.
I
The
was
gameplay
no,
wasn't.
I wasn't scared. I was mesmerized.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Well, it drew it. It's meant to draw you in,
Right, but
but it
not
doesn't give
scary.
you that fear factor. It's more
No.
like
And Resident Evil used to be
If-
able to draw you in and scare you, but part of that was you were limited. You had very little ammo. The controls were difficult, so like you felt a little sluggish, and because of that, you knew that you couldn't just
Okay.
outrun everything.
Okay,
You couldn't
I
just
will
dodge.
tell you a game. The last game that I felt that nervous from just hearing something
Yeah.
was BioShock 2. Because when you're walking around Big Daddy and you hear "Err," shit's falling off the walls, you're looking around, you can't see it, and then the big sister jumps in your face and stabs you with that needle. She comes out of nowhere, and you're like, oh shit.
it's a quick. It's a screamer effect. That's all it
Okay.
is.
But it got you. Okay. Now, when you play Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 6, sadly,
You don't get that.
even in Resident Evil 4, there was not one time that I was scared. There was an antsy moment, like the knife fight and whatnot, but that was because of a new game mechanic that made
Yeah.
me excited. It didn't get
Yeah.
my heart. I never had that experience. After Resident Evil 3, there was never a time when I would open a door, like, and wait.
Oh yeah.
Do I hear?
Oh, yeah.
Do I see? Am I worried?
No, you just
No,
open,
bro,
you open a door
yes,
and you're
there's-
like,
there's no
and
jump
you
scare.
kick a door.
Okay,
In 4, there's
Gear
really
Solid.
only 2 scary
Metal Gear
parts.
Solid, 1, 2, 3, 4, every single one of them. You get to that corner, you look. You don't just be.
Well, no. Metal Gear Solid 3, I do this.
I don't because I play it. I
one
play it
spot.
to sneak.
I usually save the game before I do this because the
Alligator
only reason why I
head
do
shotgun.
this,
And when those
crockhead
enemies-
shotgun kills
Yeah,
3.
I know that, but even in Metal Gear Solid 3, when you're
Best
lying in
2
the
hours
grass
of
and you're
life.
trying to get through the game without being seen, and that one dude walks up, fucking feet almost touching your face,
And you're like, oh shit. Huh?
and you got that moment
Nothing
where you
here.
hold your breath and you stare at the screen, and you're almost sweating. You're like
Don't make a smell.
if
Don't
you
make
were,
a
if
smell.
you were to fucking do something, that dude would know it.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's my problem with that.
And Resident
Yeah.
Evil hasn't had that since Resident Evil 3.
Oh no,
Oh, I
because
got Code
in
Veronica.
In 4, there were 2
Code
different
Veronica
parts.
kind of still had it, just not
No,
nearly
no,
as
no,
much.
no.
Okay,
Hear me
I'll
out,
give
hear
it
me
to
out.
Code Veronica.
In 4, there's 3 different parts that will actually scare the shit out of you. The first is, as I said before, if you're shooting at the fish in the lake and the croc gets you.
That's it. No, that's a screamer effect.
Yeah, it's
That doesn't count.
Everybody
Doing
has
this,
Okay.
it's a quick, oh god. And then
Okay.
you're like, all right, I'm good now.
Then
Don't do that.
Then the only part is after you jump down that fucking garbage chute and that fucking little spike guy shows the fuck up. You're like, oh shit.
that
Pull
was,
this, push this. Okay, hide, bitch. Fuck
What about
ah.
the parasite guy?
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 of them down there, but even then, that's only like
I still
I
got
don't even
that
know,
extra-
that's
It's still slight, but it's
It's
still
an
there.
antsy
it's,
feeling.
It's a little more. I understand.
It's
what you're
not
getting at.
fear, it's like,
I remember
oh,
that
no.
part. I remember
Resident
that part,
Evil
but it was
4
more.
Well, we just
it was
did it
more that I was
a couple
worried that
weeks
she
ago.
was gonna die.
Resident Evil 4 and 5 for me didn't have any scary parts. They had parts where I wanted to break the controller.
Now, when you
fair
get to
enough.
Resident
5,
Evil 6,
I had the break controller blues. Yeah.
Resident Evil 6, you have a lot more control. You guys can punch, they can kick, they can climb up walls, they can
They
kick
can
over
eat Tic
obstacles. They
Tacs
can,
now.
Oh yeah, that was one of those oddball things. The healing system, you still got herbs, but you can convert them into healing pills.
Right.
That way, if you're getting your ass completely handed to you, most of the since
Heal.
5, you actually have to like do the quick open menu because it's all run and gun. So that way you don't get the quick pause screen. Be like, whoo! Grab this, use that. All right,
well, okay,
go back in. Now it's pop 2 Tic Tacs fully healed.
but see, even that, even those little things that you're talking about,
I'm not saying it was a great thing. It actually
I'm
made
not
it.
saying that any of it is bad. Like, I think this game is being attacked for the wrong reasons, because in Resident Evil 2, if you ran down an alleyway and you made a left turn and there were 5 zombies behind you and all of a sudden you realized you were at a dead end, you were fucked and you were scared to death. Why? Because you didn't have the control scheme that Resident Evil 4 had. In 4, if you'd have ran, turned a corner, came across a dead end, you'd have looked around, found the ladder, jumped up to it, had a quick time event, got up into a thick and thing, jumped over to the other fire escape, and then jumped down with Leon past the zombies and threw a grenade and then ran back the way you came.
Or you would have
So-
just turned around, threw your head up in the air, and went da 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 da
I'm
da
just
da
talking about
caught
the
hat.
game. I'm not even talking about gimmicks or anything like special.
Chicago
added.
typewriter, best
In
gun
Resident
ever.
Evil 5, it was even more because there were parts where, like, okay, if me and you were playing at the same time, we could run into a city, like an urban area, cross an area. You could come over to a stepping point. I can run up, jump off your hands, take a sniper rifle angle, and then I'm completely safe tagging the zombies that were in your way. And you're just like, I'm like, bam, and you're like, bitch. So the attitude has changed because you're allowed to do so much more.
Well,
So
and
that
you're not-
antsy fear factor was created for the fact that you felt trapped because your options were so limited.
Yeah, and that was kind of what it is I was getting at.
So
It just turned into
why
like,
is it that in Resident Evil
the
6 they're attacking Resident Evil 6 hard, and everything that I'm hearing
It's
makes me feel like
because-
I'd put it in and play it.
It's because from what I've
I'll sit
read
down
and
and
what
play
I've
it with
seen,
you too.
it's
I
just
enjoyed it.
there's a point where quick time events are okay, and there's a point where they just need to stop. If I'm going to fucking
God of War!
if I want
Yeah.
to, if I
No,
want
the worst I've ever seen is that weird ninja game. There was a ninja game. That
Ninja
came-
Blade.
Ninja Blade. Ninja
fuck
Blade
that game.
is, and dude, that's quick time event city up in this bitch.
It's almost like if I want to watch this, I will watch it. I'm not gonna play. It's
Dude,
like
in the
Xeno.
opening scene, he jumps out of a plane, and there's a quick time event. It goes ching, and then he like does the quick time event into a quick time event. Ching. Then you like go down, you slice a guy. Ching. Then you like go over to the thing, you land on the ground. Ching. Then like 4 guys come up, you slice a couple. Ching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you watch that
Quick
game.
time events.
You
like I
watch
said,
that game and press 2 buttons.
I
Dude,
feel
it's
like
wild.
I feel like in certain games, in certain parts, have a quick time event. We don't need them filled up throughout the fucking game.
I didn't notice that many QuickTime events.
The game's in my
there
opinion
was like
is too
almost none.
I feel like the game's too cinematic. And
That
like,
might be another thing. It did feel
Okay,
cinematic,
but Dragon
but
Ball Z suffers from that problem too because
Well,
when you
Dragon-
shoot the Kamehameha,
but a lot of
it's
Dragon
almost
Ball Z
always a
games,
movie thing now.
but a lot of Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z games suck,
Right.
and that's what I'm getting at. Like I understand.
That's
Like,
objective.
Like,
Well,
okay, like Resident Evil 4
I don't know. The last Dragon Ball Z game I got,
is awful.
it's a mini game.
it's mini games inside of mini games. It's not fun.
It's micro games
It's
inside of mini
objective
games.
though, whether it's a good game or a bad game.
It's getting to the point where you're starting to watch your fucking games.
Well,
I'm done with that shit.
No.
But here's
There's
the
a
point,
reason.
But is
Because
is
technology
watching
is
or interacting?
evolving.
Because a quick time event, to me, a quick time event is when it's basically on a movie pattern. In Resident Evil 5, they called them quick time events, but I don't think they were when all of a sudden an enemy would attack you and 2 buttons would flash on the screen for an instant. It didn't take gameplay away from you.
Yeah.
You were still in control of everything that happened. It was just telling you, dodge right now.
Yeah.
And it gave you an
That's not a
option.
QuickTime event.
Yeah.
That's not
Like-
a quick time event.
Yeah,
that's
Now,
that's like an
Indiana
interactive-
Jones run in 4 QuickTime event.
Right. That's more because it's more movie based. If
Everything
you
you
can
do
But
in God
there's
of
a
War,
if
reason
something
though.
happens, it's game over. And in God
Kratos
of
has to
War,
wipe his
you
ass.
cannot
Yeah.
you cannot finish a bad guy without the
a quick
quick time
time,
event.
which is
in
stupid.
other games, if you miss the quick time event, that sucks. You won't get to see the sweet ass finisher, but you can still beat that guy.
Yeah.
So that's
Like
the big
Dante's
difference.
Inferno.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I just sat here and bashed on it. The reason I bashed on it is because it pissed me off that his Xbox wouldn't save it. I wasn't able to sit down and replay it from where I, actually sat down at. And it just irritated me so bad that I never put it in. In truth, I had so much fun with it.
We
while
had
I
a
was able
fucking
to play.
blast. We didn't sleep.
Oh my god, we got no sleep that night.
It was
we didn't
best.
stop playing. We got it midnight release. We didn't stop until 6:30 in the morning. We had our last cigarette as the fucking sun is coming up. And I was like, I cannot keep my eyes open anymore. And he goes, well, fuck it. We'll just hit the jewel and we'll go to bed. We passed out, forgot that he had his shit to set auto time.
Yeah, I never turned off the auto turn off.
All I can say is that I have
Yeah.
to play this.
Hey, I'll
And-
sit
and
I'll sit
believe
down
me,
and play
'Cause
with you,
I
man.
think it's being overdone.
It really is. And like I said, the only reason I'm pissed off at it is because I got fucked. That
Put it
was
in and I'll play it.
Put it
but
in,
I'll
it's
still
not
have my
bad.
issues with it.
We had fun.
I don't
with
like it.
I'd rather.
How do you know though? You played. I hated the demo for Arkham City.
The demo for that game was
It
pretty
fucking
terrible.
dicks.
And
It sucked
the
a
game
fucking
itself
Jaycock.
is fucking amazing.
it. Yeah.
That
Dude, all it was they were like, there's policemen. No, it was the jail cell scene. Batman stood in the middle of the room and bad guys came in, and
fought some
you
dudes.
just fought some dudes, and then I was like, this game is gonna fucking suck.
And then
I
you bought
got
it, and it was
one
fucking
of the greatest
awesome.
games I've ever
Yeah.
played. So the demo's not fair.
Yeah, the
to
demo
judge
doesn't
an
mean
entire
everything
game.
because shit, we had a dude that stood down at a guy we knew stood down at GameStop and was like, I'm just hitting the counter button, should it really be this easy? And whooped ass at Arkham. So the demo doesn't always mean
I'll have
everything.
to try it out. The last part of our Resident Evil discussion will be on the next episode. It will be side arcs. Not side games, it's movie time.